So this my seed basket. This my seed, my basket with all my seeds. All my seeds I do. I gotta find, get permission to plant some canap tree. Because I used to carry to my friend, and I had to carry plenty canap tree to my friend in environmental health. I hope he planned them both the place like how I tell him to, because they environmental health. They need to step up, man, when it comes to, we need huge trees. They need to put trees in the empty spaces like on the highway. Those trees grow so tall, they don't block no view. They don't block no view. And they don't need to be paying all this money putting up iron thing. The people still knock it down. I know one thing, if you know that knock them tamarind tree, you can mash up your car. And you knock them connect tree, you can mash up your car, and them dilly tree. That's why they need the indigenous fruit of the Bahamas. They need to plant them, and then the people can have food to eat as well. Food to eat as well. Plant them in the big spaces. The highway have big spaces all along. Yeah, you want pretty it up, but ain't nothing more beautiful than when you have trees that your country. Why we gotta follow everybody? That's what I don't understand. Why we can't be a leader? Why? That's my question. Why? Why we can't? Why we have to always have? I mean, palm tree is beautiful. I have a million and one of them. But why we can't sometimes say, okay, this highway ain't got no palm tree, the palm tree ain't good. Let's put some indigenous fruit. Let's try. I mean, it's beautiful when you walk around and see all the grape trees along the different highway. Fine. Then you see a lot of almond tree. Fine. But our country ain't just about grape and almond, baby. We need to put the tamarind tree. And you see the juju tree every now and again on the side of the road they was doing. Yeah, but we need to put the canap and tamarind trees. You could hardly find a tamarind tree. We need to put the canap and tamarind tree. They are huge trees. So people got small property. They want to put it in small property. So put them on the highways, in the big spaces. All these people who speeding and crashing up, breaking down lampposts. I bet those trees will stop them from knocking down the lampposts. And you ain't got to pay for the tree to go back up, because the tree ain't going to be even budge. Ain't going to even budge. Is it only me? Is it only me? Man, we need that vision, man. Where there's no vision, the people perish. Look at Hurricane Dorian. The people say majority of them who were saved because they were a tree saved them. The tree was strong enough to hold them, tall enough to hold them, and that's how they were saved. What more you need than that? What more do you need than that? Okay? What more do you need than that? We let us be the only country. Let us be the first country in the world that you could walk on any strip or any street and you could be able to find a tree with a food. We ain't doing it for people to come here to eat off it. We doing it because our people need to be saved. Some of them ain't got food to eat. And when I was in social studies, plenty of them had food to eat. Times are getting worse and worse and worse. Ain't getting no better. We need to get with the program, man. We need to get with the program, people. Anytime people say, oh, it's so hot. You know why it's so hot? Let's look at it. Let's be realistic. You go to a yard. You have a big canap tree or a dilly tree. No tree nowhere else in the yard. The hot scalding, the sun hot and scalding. Come on now, think. I mean, even a 2-year-old, even a Jones could tell you, the coolest spot in that yard, where you think it can be? It ain't gonna be in the house, because the houses be just as hot. Sometimes you have found on it blowing hot air. You can't pay light bill because you're burning air conditioning 24/7 trying to stay cool. But what would keep you cool? We have to learn from the old folks, man. They had it right. We wrong here trying to change up things. They had it right, whether we like it or not. Yeah, you gotta move on in life, but they had it right. They had it right when they used to plant canap tree and dilly tree almost in every yard back in the day. You can't even find them. People digging them up. You can hardly find them. We need to plant more The yard too tiny because the property they selling little tiny property only enough to hold a house. Even enough to park a car. If you park a car, only one car, maybe you can park. So we need to use up the wide spaces in our country. The wide spaces are the spaces owned by government. They are the spaces on the highways and on the side of the roads. And we need to plant. You know where to plant it. You know if while you're on this side of the road, you will not plant trees on the side where the wire is. Wire usually only on one side of a road. So you plant it on the other side where no wire is. So when the tree grow, it don't interfere with the wire. It's only common sense. It's only common sense. All them empty spaces on the highway, man, plant some trees along there. Put a palm tree in between to pretty it up if you have to. Then put a dilly tree, put a palm tree, put a canary tree, put a palm tree. Man, we need to get with the program. All them people lose this and that in Abaco. The people in Abaco gonna need some trees. We need to get right. We need to get right, man. I think you can't just always think for the day. You must sometimes think for the future. You can't always just think for the day. You can't always think for the day. That hurricane, if anything we should have known, we should learn everything from that hurricane. We should know how to be our brother's keeper. We should know that how important those trees was because everybody who was in a tree life was saved. Their lives were saved. And look how much people gone missing in that hurricane and died because it wasn't nothing to hold on to. You know how much people in Nassau? And they cutting down all these big trees? Come on, man, something wrong with us. But somebody can feed the nation. When you look, these trade war, hot up, and then you ain't got no food coming in. Who can starve? You only see some of them is eating people ate. In some of them video I see, you know where I talking about. Look on YouTube. They ain't even hide it. One thing with YouTube, they could watch a lot of things on there. Anyhow, it is a plea. It is a plea that we need to plant more tamarind trees now. You don't hardly see no tamarind tree nowhere. It's almost as if the tree is getting distinct. We need to do better. We need to plant more dilly tree on the highways and canap tree. That's tamarind, canap, and dilly. And we do see a lot of a juju tree now because you could see them where they plant strategically along on the side of the road on government property, on government side of the lands and stuff. Yeah, but now we need to plant. We have plenty almond tree, plenty grape tree. We need to plant the tamarind tree back, the gannet tree back, and the dilly trees back. They are indigenous fruit. And if we have to, the plum trees. Hello? Get it right, man. And mommy. People don't even know what mommy is. The little children don't even know what mommy is. You can hardly find a mommy tree. Okay? Come on, man. Sourstrop tree. You can hardly find a sourstrop tree. Come on, man. You need to do better. Yeah, this is my plea. My plea because only thing I keep remembering, the tree saved my life. If it wasn't for the tree, I would have been dead. And most every survivor was saying the same thing. If it wasn't for the tree, they would have been dead. It wasn't for the tree and plenty people, yeah, they'll suffer. Some people got high blood. The house hot. Everywhere hot. And so the only thing would keep them cool is when they have one dilly tree they could sit under. One canap tree they could sit under. Come on. You know how cool sitting under a tree is? Cooler than air can do. Because you out in the open air. That's a healthy. Well, let's do better. Let's do better. I can't. My yard is tiny. Just like most everybody else yard. Tiny. You ain't got no place to plant nothing. Okay? So you must plant it in open spaces on highways strategically. You must. You must start to do it. Let our country be the leader to say every corner you turn to, every highway, get fruit trees on it. Not just a palm tree. They beautiful, yeah, but not just a palm tree. Not just a palm tree. And plant more you got plenty coconut trees on the beach. Plant some too on the in some of the highways. We got plenty highway, man. They barren. They ain't got nothing on it. They barren. And the Bible said cut down a barren tree. Man, come on, man. Let's cut down that barren tree. Ain't even no tree there to cut down. It barren have nothing. So you need to plant some things, man. Get them people from sitting up sleeping, man. Go plant some tree.